Next time you reach for a cheap banana at the grocery store, spare a thought for Sam Zemery. This man wrangled empires, crushed rivals, and allegedly orchestrated a CIA coup, all to control the humble banana. But how did one man become so powerful from a simple fruit? And what shocking lengths did he go to maintain his banana throne? Watch this video to uncover the dark side of the banana biz and the ruthless billionaire who ruled it. Samuel Zemery, also known as Sam the Banana Man, was an American businessman who hit the jackpot in the banana business. He founded the Colonial Fruit Company and later climbed the ladder to become the big cheese at the United Fruit Company, the ruler of all fruit companies back in the day. Zemery's companies didn't just sell bananas. They also stirred up quite a storm in Latin America. They weren't exactly angels in how they operated, often getting tangled up in the economic and political affairs of the countries they operated in. You could say they were major players in shaping the economies and politics of those regions. Let's start the story from the roots of this most evil banana business. Samuel Zemery, known initially as Shmuel Zemery, had quite the journey from humble beginnings. Born into a poor Jewish family in Kishinev, Bessarabia, present-day Chechnya, Moldova, he didn't start with a silver spoon in his mouth. His grandfather, Mendel Hirsch, was into music, leading a klezmer band. Zemery spent his early years on a wheat farm, but after his father passed away, he decided to seek his fortune in America. At 14, he started a journey with his aunt and ended up in the bustling city of New York. Eventually, he went to Salem, Alabama, where his uncle ran a general store. Life in the States wasn't a walk in the park for Zemery. He hustled through various odd jobs, from assisting carpenters to delivering goods and even door-to-door sales. It was tough, but he managed to scrape together enough money to bring his siblings from Europe to join him in the land of opportunity. So, Samuel Zemery's banana adventure began in 1893 when he stumbled upon these exotic fruit in Salem. It was the start of a successful career in the fruit trade. At the time, bananas were a new food in the United States, and their reputation was going through the roof. In 1895, Zemery saw an opening and went to the port of Mobile, Alabama to try his hand at the banana business. Back then, speed was everything in the banana business. Bananas turn quickly, so getting them to market quickly was very important. Zemery found success by buying cheap bananas that were about to go wrong and quickly shipping them to nearby areas by train. With just $150, his knack for timing helped him become rich, and by the time he was 21, he had a hefty $100,000. It made sense that he became known as Sam the Banana Man so quickly. In 1903, he made a deal with United Fruit, the big name in the banana business. He and his partner, Ashabel Hubbard, started the Hubbard-Zemery Company, whose job was to get United Fruit's ripest bananas and send them all over the world. United Fruit even bought shares in Hubbard-Zemery. Soon, they took over the Colonial Fruit Company and changed its name to theirs. At this point, the company bought bananas from farmers in Central America because they hadn't started growing bananas themselves yet. So, in 1910, Zemery made a big move and snagged himself 5,000 acres of land near the Cuyamel River in the Honduras, close to a place called Omoa. But he wasn't done yet. Oh no, not even close. He hustled, borrowing more cash and snapping up more lush forest land in Honduras, perfect for growing those beloved bananas. Now, Zemery wasn't one to sit around twiddling his thumbs. He got right down to business, turning those lands into banana gold mines. He set up plantations, laid down railroads, and threw up bridges like nobody's business. And who helped him to do it? Well, a whole bunch of hard-working folk from Jamaica, that's who. But Zemery wasn't one to shy away from getting his hands dirty either. No, he rolled up his sleeves and jumped into the fields alongside his workers. But things weren't all smooth sailing. His partner, Hubbard, started feeling a bit queasy about Colonial Fruit Company's debts. So, in a classic business maneuver, Zemery swooped in and bought out Hubbard's share of the company. Zemery's business was booming, partly thanks to some not-so-kosher deals with the Honduran government, but trouble was brewing on the horizon. In 1910, Honduras was in a pickle with the United Kingdom over some debt they owed. Enter Philander C. Knox, the U.S. Secretary of State who decided to lend a helping hand in sorting out the mess. Now, here's where things get interesting. Knox's plan involved sending in J.P. Morgan and Company agents to collect taxes in Honduras to pay off the debt. Sounds straightforward, right? Well, not for Zemurray. He saw this as a potential disaster for his business and decided to take matters into his own hands. Zemurray didn't just sit around twiddling his thumbs, though. He rolled up his sleeves and got to work. He started lobbying Knox, trying to sweeten the deal in his favor, but Knox wasn't having any of it. He told Zemurray to quit Honduran affairs and stick to his bananas. You'd think Zemurray might listen to the guy in charge, right? Nope. Instead, he cooked up a wild plan to overthrow the Honduran president Miguel Davila, all to protect his business interests. He teamed up with a mercenary named Lee Christmas and rounded up a motley crew of about 100 other mercenaries, including the legendary Sam Drebin. With their ragtag army in tow, they sailed to Honduras in a repurposed U.S. Navy ship, ready to stir up some trouble. They managed to oust Davila and install exiled former President Manuel Bonilla. As a thank you for his role in the coup, Bonilla showered Zemurray with all sorts of juicy tax breaks and land concessions for his Cuyamel Fruit Company. Talk about playing hardball. So, fast forward to 1913, and Zemurray is back in action. He managed to buy out United Fruit's stake in his company, partly thanks to Uncle Sam's growing concerns about United Fruit's monopoly. With full control of the reins, Zemurray wasted no time expanding his empire. By 1915, he'd gone full steam ahead, snapping up 20 ships with fancy refrigerated holds. But Zemurray wasn't just about bananas anymore. He diversified his crops, adding coconuts, pineapples, palm oil, cattle, lumber, and sugarcane. Now, let's talk about the 1910s and 20s. Zemurray and United Fruit were like two rival siblings fighting over the last piece of cake. Their turf war in Central America was wild, involving everything from childish pranks to full-on sabotage and legal battles. Things even got so heated that a Cuyamel fruit boat was caught red-handed with a secret stash of weapons in 1928. But in 1929, Uncle Sam had had enough of their shenanigans. The U.S. Department of State stepped in, playing peacemaker and nudging Zemurray and United Fruit to bury the hatchet. After some negotiations, they struck a deal. United Fruit bought out Cuyamel Fruit for a cool $31.5 million in stock. Suddenly, Zemurray found himself swimming in cash and rubbing elbows with the country's elite. Now, you might be wondering why Zemurray decided to sell out. Well, it wasn't just about the money. The Department of State had been breathing down his neck, and the looming shadow of the Great Depression didn't exactly help matters. So with a heavy heart, Zemurray bid farewell to his beloved company, but not before leaving his mark on the banana business forever. During his banana-free 2-year sabbatical, Zemurray wasn't just twiddling his thumbs. Oh no, he had other projects brewing. First, he gave his swanky mansion in New Orleans a makeover fit for a king. Located at 2 Audubon Place, this Beaux-Arts beauty got the royal treatment from Zemurray. But wait, there's more. In 1928, he snagged Holton's Wood, a sprawling 25,000-acre plantation near Hammond, Louisiana. This lush retreat became Zemurray's paradise, where he'd kick back and relax for the rest of his days. Now, let's fast forward a bit. United Fruit, bless its heart, hit some rough waters. Between mismanagement and the sucker punch of the Great Depression, their financial ship was taking on water fast. The stock tanked, plummeting 90% in value after swallowing up Cuyamel. Seeing the chaos, Zemurray smelled an opportunity. Like a seasoned captain taking the helm in a storm, he swooped in, buying up a controlling stake in United Fruit. Then, with a stroke of genius, he orchestrated a boardroom coup, booting out the old guard and taking charge. With Zemurray at the helm, United Fruit got a makeover of its own. Decision-making power was decentralized and the company got back on its feet. After Zemurray sold off Cuyamel, United Fruit hit a rough patch thanks to the Great Depression, which threw a wrench in the works. But our man Zemurray wasn't one to sit back and watch the ship sink. Oh no, he had a plan. He figured United Fruit could better weather the storm if it was managed differently. So he did what any savvy businessman would do. He penned a letter and showed up at a board meeting with his game-changing ideas. But alas, the powers at United Fruit weren't exactly thrilled about his suggestions. Undeterred, Zamuri took matters into his own hands. He hit the road, visiting United Fruit shareholders individually and convincing them to hand over their voting power. Armed with these proxies, he stormed into another board meeting, slamming the proxies down on the table with a bold declaration. "You've been messing this business up for too long. It's time to set things right." And just like that, Zamuri found himself at the helm of United Fruit Company. With his hands-on approach, he wasted no time in shaking things up. He hit the banana plantations, getting dirty to understand every aspect of the operation. Thanks to his keen eye and no-nonsense attitude, Zamuri was able to weed out the weaklings, streamline operations, and implement smarter financial strategies. But that's not all. He also had to deal with some pesky banana diseases, like Sigatoka and Panama disease, which wreaked havoc on the crops. To tackle the problem, Zamuri spearheaded massive land acquisitions across Central America. United Fruit simply uprooted and moved to fresh territory whenever the diseases struck. Before you knew it, they owned vast swaths of land in countries like Honduras. But retirement didn't mean kicking back and sipping banana smoothies. Nope. Zamuri and his family dove headfirst into philanthropy. They poured their hearts and wallets into Tulane University, donating a stash of Mayan artifacts found in banana fields. Tune in and subscribe to the channel for more such amazing videos.